The black panther is not a separate type of feline, but just an unusual color. Due to the increased amount of melanin, the panther's skin may become darker. Some of these animals are really practically black. Others are really dark brown, and then the black spots will stand out noticeably against the background of the coat. Black panthers are found among spotted felines, jaguars, and leopards. This coloring often helps them to disguise themselves, no worse than the usual spotted one. Actually, black panthers create pairs with other representatives of their species, which have the usual coloring. Usually, from a group of cubs, the minority will inherit the black color and the majority will remain spotted. But these kids of a pair of black panthers and an ordinary leopard were unlucky. A huge python focused not on sight but on the sense of smell and the ability to detect thermal radiation of warm-blooded animals, because their body temperature is much higher than the ambient temperature. When the python got into the lair of the black panther, the kids had almost no chance. Their mother came in too late. She was able to save only one, the last kitten. It is difficult for us to accurately judge the motives of the animal's actions because they themselves cannot explain them. In addition, the desire for revenge is considered too complex a feeling that requires not only a good memory and a developed emotional spectrum, but also an understanding of the relationship between the causes and consequences of actions. Therefore, the attack of the black panther on the python, which occurred much later, is interpreted by some as just a coincidence. But we believe that the cat was purposefully looking for the one who took the kittens from her in order to deal with it. At the same time, at first they couldn't afford it because the last kitten needed a mother. If she had started a fight right in the den, the baby could have suffered. First, it was necessary to find a new shelter, and only then to start looking for that offender. That's what proper prioritization is. And what do you think? Is this really revenge? Or just a leopard accidentally found a snake and decided to attack it just for food? Let us know in the comments. We are very interested to know what your opinion is on this. And there is no doubt about the patience and perseverance of the panther, especially if it has a powerful motivation. If you used to have to worry about cats who met big snakes, then here you can only sympathize with the snake. The fury with which the leopard attacked the python is really frightening, although we can understand it. Only the finale of the duel got into the camera lens. The leopard calmly and ominously approached a tall tree with a python in its teeth. It is not surprising that it was the male who found the python. Unlike tigers, who have little interest in the fate of their offspring, male leopards are caring fathers. Although these cats normally prefer a solitary lifestyle, the spotted daddy takes care of the kittens while they are very young. According to the state of the snake, it is clear how cool the predator has treated it. Like a horror movie character, a leopard easily jumps up at the tree with a heavy snake in its teeth and slowly, as if with pleasure, drags its prey up there. It is better not to associate lions with poisonous snakes. These predatory cats are fast and agile, but still rarely can dodge the rush of a swift cobra or a black mamba. But what they are superior to most other felines in is their brute physical strength. Therefore, the lion is one of the few who can fight even with the largest pythons. Where simple strength is not enough, the lion will take combat skills, in which he surpasses even the tiger. After all, the striped cousin usually deals with herbivores, but the lion almost always fights with other predators. The snake has nothing to surprise us with. This does not mean that the python does not have a chance against the lion. For example, in the case when a very young teenager allowed itself to attack a snake, this was the last mistake of its life. The python did not immediately manage to reach the young lion, but when it did not retreat, the snake showed that playing with it was a really bad idea. But if this is a huge male lion, it has a chance not to let the python entangle itself by using a trump card. Powerful blows with its hind legs. With them, the male can repel the python. Here the snake's chances are already falling. The lion trains in sparring with other lions so accurately to hit with its hind legs. With its front paws, he grabs them by the head, pulls them up for a bite, and tries to tear their stomach with its hind legs. Does this remind you of anything? Yes, domestic cats. If angered, will act almost the exact same way. But the real strength of a lion is its pride. As you understand, if a python can still oppose something against one lion, even the strongest one, then it cannot cope with several lionesses. When a python bites and grabs one, others come to their aid. They stretch out the python, grab it from different sides, and bite, holding it in this position. There is no land animal that has enough power to make a python stay on the ground without moving. But 4 lionesses at once might. The python just has nowhere to go. Does this mean that he is afraid of lions and always avoids them? Yes, but there is one exception. Lion cubs look very appetizing to the snake. Group hunting is such an effective technique against pythons that lionesses allow lion cubs to join the battle long before its finale. This is also part of the training. The python can escape at the last moment, but it's alone, and enemies are everywhere. It turns out that if a big cat meets a python, or for example, a poisonous snake, the result of such a confrontation will not be unambiguous. It all depends on many circumstances. If one side had an unambiguous advantage, then the second simply would not have survived to this day. The enemy would have exterminated the enemy. In fact, snakes and cats have their own trump cards. One-on-one, a jaguar or leopard can best cope with a python or boa constrictor, due to a combination of agility and strength. Tigers have much less chance against such snakes, although they are larger than spotted cousins. The advantage of lions is the number. A duel of one adult lion with a python can end with the victory of both a snake and the cat, depending on the experience of the fighters. Cheeters and cougars should avoid all dangerous snakes, and no large cat can feel safe if a poisonous reptile is nearby. Small cats can still dodge the cobra's throw, but the bigger the beast, the easier it is to aim at it. A venomous snake does not care where exactly to dig in with its fangs. The main thing is to inject a dose of toxin into the victim's circulatory system. Therefore, a leopard, several lionesses, and a jaguar have more chances against this python together, but it is better for large cats to avoid poisonous reptiles. Who are you rooting for in this epic confrontation? Are the cats your favorite? Or maybe you prefer elegant, cold-blooded reptiles? If so, which ones, pythons or huge poisonous snakes? Share your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to be the first to see the most interesting and exciting moments of the world of wildlife caught in the camera lens.